I'm going to introduce Manuel Schrutt now, but he's not here, he's in Japan. He's very happy to be with you. And the reason for the broad smile is this is take two. Take one, he said, "Welcome to Brussels." And then we started again, we had a good laugh. We never actually stopped laughing before I started the camera rolling. So let's listen to Manuel, and he'll tell you some interesting news, and I'll introduce some more guests.
So welcome to Ratingen. First of all, my apologies that I could not be in person with you today. I think you will have an exciting day, but also I hope I will have an exciting day as I'm in Japan with a customer showing our portfolio in the packaging space. So as you know, Fujifilm is moving more and more into packaging. We have developed a lot of new solutions, new products. We have launched a new product showing some presence at Interpack and Label Expo. So at Interpack, as you might have seen, we introduced our new flexible packaging press, the FP790, which went into the beta process shortly after. Which is a press we have developed to do mainstream flexible packaging and really give a production solution to the flexible packaging space, combining our inkjet technology and know-how. Additionally to that, obviously we're also working a lot on analog, combining analog and digital, as we believe in packaging in both worlds, and we have a strong heritage in the analog space. We have developed a lot of new things on the flexo side. One part is our analog flexo portfolio, where we have our water wash Flenex flexo plates being able in a very sustainable way to support the demand in the flexible packaging as well as the label space. We also have at Label Expo, we launched various new products which are now successfully in the market. So the first installations took place of our brand new LuxStream system, which is an LED curing system, as well as our new Flexo Ink range, CureMax, which includes LED and UV inks for standard as well as for food applications. So those products are out. There's more to come, so stay tuned. And I'm sure you will have a walk around later in the different areas. So there's also a packaging zone with one of my colleagues there happily asking all your questions. And last but not least, we have some news to share, which I think a lot of people are curious to know and to understand. So as you know, and as I mentioned, we have launched our FP790 press at Interpack. It went into beta in August. At Label Expo, we showed a quite nice live stream from the customer side, where we presented the press in a real production environment. And today we can announce that we closed beta. The press is in full production and fully commercially released to the market. So we are very happy about that. And beyond that, we can even announce the beta customer, who also today is in the audience. And I'm sure they will be very happy to answer your questions. So with that, I'm handing over back to Mark to introduce you in person our former beta customer, now first released customer, EcoFlexibles from UK. Mark gets him on stage, and I'm sure you will have a lot of questions to our customer. Thank you and enjoy the day.
Okay. I'll let him know you gave him a round of applause. I'm sure he's feeling that even now. So let's welcome Matt and Simon to the stage. Would you like to come forward? Where are you guys? Oh, all right, on the front row. Excellent. Let me give you a microphone each.
Thank you.
Let's find out about this. So I think this is possibly one of the worst kept secrets. A lot of people came to me and said, I know where that press is, but hey, there you go. So can you tell us, either one, your journey so far to get where you are today in business and your relationship with Fujifilm over that time?
Right, I'll start. Myself and Simon both come from the packaging background and have been in it for 30 years. And we used to work together at a big flexible packaging company in the UK. We both split off and did our own thing. I set up a reprographics business 20 years ago, and Simon worked for the biggest packaging company in the UK. That's right, isn't it? And we've always kept in touch, stayed friends, and we actually did some work for Simon. He liked what we did on the repro side. So our journey sort of evolved from there. Then on a drunken night at one of the awards dues, we got together and said, you know what, we should get together. We're good at what we do, you're good at what we do, there's some synergy there, we need to do this. So in 2018, we decided to formalise it and created Eco Flexibles. So for those that don't know what that company is, at the time we were basically an agent and broker, basically sourcing flexible packaging, utilising our strength on the repro and plate making, and Simon's strength on market knowledge and sales and marketing. Our experience with Fujifilm began 2 years ago now, when Dave, who's at the back there, introduced us to the Flenex plates. We've been making plates, water wash plates, for the last 12 years. And the key to that was really down to quality and sustainability. And that's the ethos of our business as we move through. Eco Flexibles, the name sort of suggests that. And we've been using those plates for 2 years. It was during that journey that I first met Manuel, who you just met on the video, who then kept dropping into the conversation about FP790, and that's where the conversation started, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, why is now the right time to look at a digital press? Whereas you've been in the industry a long time, there's been possibly some movement. What made you make that leap?
Yeah, I'll take this. I think we spent most of the first 4 or 5 years of our business developing a range of films and products. So we supply packaging to most of the UK retailers, and it's food packaging. So in the UK environment, it's very competitive. There's a lot of retail pressures, and they like to launch new products quickly. They have a lot of products on the shelves, so there's a lot of SKUs, and the volumes are coming down in terms of order lengths. There's also a lot of we call them challenger brands, so young brands, new brands coming through, wanting to launch products quickly. So we saw this sort of trend happening. So we spent the first 4 or 5 years developing a range of films that were recyclable, that sustainable, that took weight out. Now we focus on the actual process. We've always been advocates of technology and new developments. We've looked at digital presses, offset presses, hybrid presses, but the time to invest was when we thought it was right. And we did a lot of research in terms of what's out in the marketplace. I will say, but the Jet Press came up on top for various reasons, like the guy said earlier, quality, performance and speed, and then sustainability. So these tick the boxes that we needed to address the market needs in the UK, but those UK market needs aren't dissimilar to other parts of Europe. So we thought the time was right.
Right, okay, so where are you now? The press has been there for a while, we've signed off beta. What are you experiencing on that press at the moment, and where are you going with it?
I think it's exceeded our expectations so far. We built a plan of where we thought we would be in terms of moving traditional analog packaging to the digital space. What's been quite exciting actually is the uptime, and both coming from a flexo background. Make ready time in between jobs was huge. The press might be able to go quicker, but the amount of time spent, remounting plates, mixing inks, colour matching, setting the jobs up, that was half the time spent running the jobs. And with the market needs that Simon mentioned about shorter run lengths and stuff like that, it's important that you don't spend half your day doing make readies and half your day printing. It needs to be more than that. So we found really positive experience of that. And actually, we're sort of smashing it really in terms of production. We're actually full on the press now, but we're actually getting through a lot more than we thought we would. So yeah, very positive so far.
And your ethos is Eco Flexibles, and you manage that with flexo methods. You're managing it too with FP790. What makes your product so eco, Simon? I've asked you this before, but I'd like to hear it again.
No. So we've done a lot of work with developing with our supply partners in terms of moving to monopolymer films, so films that can be recycled easier. where the infrastructure exists, and across Europe everyone has different infrastructure. So it's understanding the markets you sell into and making sure the products fit the markets. But moving into digital, again, you know, the raw material costs have gone up so much in the last couple of years. So with our low waste on digital, that's a massive saving for us that we do pass on to customers. The sustainability element in terms of the power to run the press versus flexo, the water-based inks, another key feature. The lamination adhesives we're using are also recyclable. And when you showed that chart earlier in terms of on the left-hand side, all the flexo consumables compared to digital. So, you know, if you look at the life cycle analysis of all the things you need to run a flexo press versus what we need, it's very different. So it's not just the final product, it's all the bits that come before that in terms of the sustainability message.
Great. Guys, thank you very much. You'll be around this afternoon. Open to questions? Yeah. So downstairs, I'll point it out later on the map, there's a packaging area. We have a model of the FP790, a little bit too big for here. But they'll be able to talk you through the machine as well if you need to. And also David Parker from our packaging team, he's around too. Just look out for his badge. All the Fuji staff are wearing black badges with a black bottom. Okay, thank you guys.